And we get the Giants at the Saints, one of the best games I've seen this year. My Giants end up winning. As you know, I'm a Giants fan. 27-21. Pretty good game. You know, it was I not pretty good. It was a excellent game. Both teams played very well. In the end, the Giants ended up getting the win in overtime with a Saquon touchdown. But let's talk about the game. Let's go in depth. So, defensive-wise, the Saints' run defense looked phenomenal. They were really stopping, they really stopped Saquon. Saquon only got 52 rushing yards. But Saquon did do his thing in the air, so obviously their D-line played well. Daniel Jones only 27 yards, which isn't too bad. But Saquon did get a game-winning touchdown. Devontae Booker, 1 rush, 6 yards. He's pretty good. Like, Devontae Booker, he could be a nice backup running back if we use him more. He's done pretty well. And then Daniel Jones is always going to be a threat when it comes to running, but he's actually more used his running as, I like to call him Vanilla Vic because that's what he is. He uses his running more as to draw out the defense, I would say. But yeah. So, we got the Saints defense, Alvin Kamara, 120 yards. That's it. No touchdowns. Good. The Saints running were really good. And for the Giants, run defense was not very great because, the Saints running defense was good. Yeah. So, yeah, Taysom Hill, 2 touchdowns. 28 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like, that's pretty good. He was really trucking the Giants defense. We did not do good in that department. But, that was a dub. And the reason why we got the dub, the receiving core was great. Kenny Golladay, he gets his first good game in New York. 6 receptions, 116 yards, no touchdowns, but he did put us to the 6-yard line with that big gain. He also had a big game that put us in field goal range. He was really good when we needed him. He made those plays. Kadarius Toney. Oh, as we see right here, let's not talk about Kadarius Toney yet. Let's talk about John Ross. 3 receptions, 77 yards, 1 touchdown, 52-yard touchdown. John Ross is always going to be a deep threat, and, it's good to have one of those on the Giants. And the Giants receiving core, it's looking really good right now. Even with Slayton and Shepard out, we were still able to pass for 402 yards, pass for 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns isn't great, I'll tell you that, but, it is something. We did do something. I can confirm. But yeah, the passing attack is going to be great once we get Shepard and Slayton back, who, Shepard obviously has been our number 1 receiver so far. Golladay, it's looking like he might want that. And then, of course, we got, Slayton, who's also a deep threat, just like John Ross. And then the guy that, he has played bad in his first 3 games. He wasn't really getting involved. Most people were calling him a bust already. But Kadarius Toney, 6 receptions, 78 yards, no touchdowns, but like the human joystick, was his nickname he was given at Florida, and well given, I'll tell you that. He really, showed his ability to, once he's in open field, he can make a couple juke moves, and he will have some good touchdowns with the Giants this year. Yeah, passing attack is good. I'm giving us all praise, especially when we're going up against, a secondary, one of the best secondaries in the league, a secondary that gets tons of praise because they're all veterans. There's Daniel Jones' interception. I don't really count it as much of an interception because of the Hail Mary, last play of the half, but it is what it is. And so we talk about those guys, and then Saquon Barkley, 5 receptions, 74 yards, 1 touchdown, 54-yard touchdown. Saquon's always going to be used in the passing attack, and that's the reason why he is a top 6 running back in the league. Not 5, but I would definitely say he's 6. He's behind a couple of those guys, but he's still showing you why he is he is still Saquon Barkley. And I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps clicking that he rushes for 1,000 yards, like with 500 receiving yards, like 8 rushing touchdowns and probably like 5 receiving touchdowns, like probably like 1,500 yards and 13 touchdowns as like his career, as his season numbers. Like I would not be surprised if Saquon could do something like that. We'll see how it goes, but yeah, Saquon's been really good. So far, like first 2 games were disappointing, but the last 2 games were pretty good. Evan Ingram did get involved a bit, 5 receptions for 27 yards. Not much, but Evan Ingram's catching the ball. That's always good. Kyle Rudolph did get 2 receptions for 24 yards. And then on to the Saints receiving core. Marquez Galloway, 2 receptions, 74 yards. And no touchdown. Deontay Harris, 5 receptions, 52 yards. Kind of uses the same as Kadarius Toney. Like he would get up and get into open space, and with that speed, he would make a couple of moves. And yeah, Taysom Hill did get involved in the passing game, which makes this offense super dynamic because they could put Taysom Hill, at quarterback, running back, fullback, wide receiver, tight end. I mean, they could put him on the line. All right, maybe not all that, but still. And as we see, that touchdown was called back. Unfortunate for Kenny Stills. But yeah. So, let's get into the passing. Daniel Jones can be elite. Like, in the first 4 games, he's thrown for 1,100 yards. I think, not 4 touchdowns. I think 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. Really, has been playing well. If he can definitely do well and keep it up. 28 for 40, 2 touchdowns, that 1 interception though. Jameis Winston also played well, 226 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Taysom Hill did throw an interception. So the Giants come away with a win, an outstanding performance by their offense and defense against a pretty good Saints team, I would say. But it's the NFL any given Sunday. You never know what can happen. So, let's go into implications. How this affected the NFC East, the Giants, and, anything that. The NFC East is being led by the Cowboys, who are 3-1, and, probably will win the division. They've been playing very well. And, the Cowboys are versing the Giants next week, so that's going to be big for playoff implications. But yeah, Washington did get a win over the Falcons, something the Giants were not able to do, although the Giants should be 3-1 right now, I would say. We really should have not lost to Washington or the Falcons. But, we did. It's unfortunate. This team is better than 1-3, but now we got a hard schedule coming up. And yeah, the Eagles are 1-3, who, destroyed the Falcons, but their offense is pretty damn good. But, we've only seen their offense be good against horrible defenses. So yeah, their offense has been playing pretty well, though. I'll give them that. So, let's go into predicting the Giants' rest of the season based off of what we've seen for the first 4 weeks. Next week we're against the Cowboys. I'm going to give us an L. So we're going to be looking like 1-4. which, is very possible. I believe, we could win that game though, and if we do, we'd be looking decent right now. I'll tell you that. So, we take the L. We're going to lose to the Rams because the Rams, although they did lose this week, they're still the Rams. They're still a really good team. The Rams are going to, probably destroy us. At home against the Panthers, I'll give the Giants the win here. Yeah. On the road against the Chiefs, nah. At home against the Raiders, 50-50 game. I'm gonna give the Giants it. We're gonna beat either the Cowboys or the Raiders, I think, and I think the Raiders are the more likely one since we're at home. So we lose to the Bucks, and we are 3-7 at this point. And we got a game against the Eagles that we won 4-7. Lose 2 in a row, so now we're looking at 4-9. We actually win. So we lose 1 against the Dolphins, 1 against the Chargers, and then win against the Cowboys. Looking at 5-9 right now. A win against the Eagles late in the season where their season's pretty much over. A win against the Bears late in the season where their season's pretty much over. And a win against Washington when their season's pretty much over. 8-9 is, I would say 9-8 is their, peak. But if we're going to be more realistic, let's give the Raiders the win and give the Giants 7-10. Although I think that they'll be able to click the last 4 weeks of the season. So yeah, I'm going to quickly predict the Cowboys record. So I got the Cowboys doing this, that. And I got the Cowboys. They're looking like 8-9. With that schedule, they could definitely be better, but I feel like they'll do that. And for Washington, yeah, they're not looking too great. But they could pull off some wins. I got Washington going 6-11. Yeah, this division is abysmal. Let's be honest. And the Giants game is over. And the Eagles, they're probably going to go 4-13. So yeah, I got the Cowboys so far going to win this division. And the Giants second, Washington third, Eagles last. But yeah, that's going to end this one. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.